Why do Koreans keep fighting back? Why did they impeach a president peacefully? Why does democracy in Korea survive coups, colonization, and crisis? Maybe the answer isn't just in modern history. Maybe it goes deeper, much deeper. In medieval Europe, kings ruled with absolute power. But in Joseon-Korea, the king was more like a civil servant buried in paperwork. Citizens could file petitions, submit complaints, and even scream directly at the king through a system called gyeokjang. It was loud, it was uncomfortable, and the king had to listen. Even slaves called nobi could sue their masters. And sometimes they won. This wasn't perfect democracy, but it was something rare, a culture of protest, participation, and accountability. Then came the Japanese Empire. For 36 years, Korea was colonized, its language banned, its culture erased. Most empires crush resistance after a generation or two, but Koreans, they kept fighting. Underground schools, secret publications, armed rebellions, and the March 1st movement, one of the largest peaceful protests in world history. They didn't adapt. They resisted, until independence was reclaimed in 1945. After the war, Korea wasn't free from struggle. Military coups, authoritarian rule, bloody crackdowns. But every time citizens pushed back, 1987, the June democracy movement, 2016, the Candlelight Revolution, millions of people,
민중들은
peaceful
다시
protest,
한번
real
노력으로
change.
국민을
Other countries experienced coups and gave up. But Koreans kept resisting not with weapons, but with persistence. Why? Maybe because their political culture was never completely top-down. Maybe because protest isn't just a right, it's a tradition. In a world where democracy is retreating, Korea shows us a different story. One where citizens, not just leaders, shape the system. Where protest is not chaos, but civic duty. Where even a king once had to listen. Maybe that's why Koreans keep fighting back. Because for them, democracy was never just an idea. It was a habit, a heritage, and maybe even in their DNA.